This is Genesis 14 and 18. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High power. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abraham of, of the Most High power, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High power, which have delivered thine enemies in thine hand, and he gave him tithes of all. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word with truth, sincerity, and charity. Presenting your bodies a living sacrifice. We who are ready to live salute you. So I just want to go into this lesson. And it's just basically, going on these this false doctrine, which is basically an antichrist doctrine that's being pushed by these guys at Sakari. Okay. All right. All right. So, we just gotta set the record straight. All right. As a job of a priest is to separate the clean from the unclean, the holy from the profane. And as the scripture says, we are a nation of kings and priests. All right. So, you got this guy Alizé basically harping on the Levitical priesthood, which the scriptures tell you that it was a temporary thing. All right. Now we are all a nation of kings and priests. All right, to offer up spiritual sacrifices. All right, and that spiritual sacrifices are being sacrificed in a spiritual temple now. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into a couple excerpts that I got pulled up. It's a particular article I found, but it says, "Was the tabernacle and its furnishing a copy of things in heaven?" All right, and I was basically thinking about the scripture, in the Adawan Palau, basically the Lord's Prayer, where it says, "On earth as it is in heaven." And what we teach here at Great Millstone, and what the scriptures tell us, is that the temple that is in the heavens and has a high priest, this was the original temple, and basically that the Levitical priesthood was simply just a shadow, a foreshadowing of what was to come. All right. Because, the people, Israelites, we worship at the temple, right? All right. But now we're worshiping at a spiritual temple. As the scripture says, the time comes when the true worshipers shall worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in spirit and in truth. Okay. But yeah, it says, was the tabernacle and its furnishing a copy of things in heaven? Revelation tells us that there is a temple of Yahweh in heaven, and that in that temple is the ark of his testament. All right. Okay. Revelations 11 and 19. And the temple of Yahweh was opened in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the ark of his testament, and there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and an earthquake and great hail. All right. All right. So yeah, there's a temple in the heavens, man. All right. It says Yahweh directed Moses twice to make sure that he built the tabernacle after the pattern of Yahweh had showed him in the mount. Okay, so Yahweh showed Moses the pattern of the temple that was in the heavens, and he was to duplicate that on the earth. All right, and they got a couple more. This is a really good article, I think. So yeah, that was what was first. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is basically returning us to the true temple, to the true worship, man. All right. You know, basically the Levitical temple that was on the earth was our way basically just to have grace until the true temple was established, until the second covenant was put in us. All right, till we were perfected, because that's the real end goal. Okay, that was the ultimate goal. Okay, is to be perfect, to be like Yahweh Shai, right? This is Exodus 25:9. According to all that I shew thee after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall ye make it. Okay. All right. So it was no pattern after the temple in heaven. Exodus 25:40, and look that thou make them after the pattern which was shewed thee in the mount. All right. It says the word translated here as pattern could have just as easily been translated model. All right. And you know, when people build buildings, they have a small model of the building before they actually build the building. And that's pretty much all that was. All right. You know, I'm thinking about the movie Zoolander when he made a model for a school. He thought it was the actual school. He basically knocked the model down. It's like, is this a building for ants? You know? And then he looked at, and the other guy looked at him like he was crazy, man. Like, the hell is wrong with this guy? And that's kind of how we're looking at you. That's how you look. That's how we're looking at you. That's how we're looking at you, guys at Sakari, man. You're tripping, man. The model is not the building, man. The building is in the heavens, man. The temple is in the heavens, man. The true temple, right? All right. But yeah. So it says Tab-Nawath. I would think Tabawanath. I really can't make out this word, but you know, brothers that's proficient in the Hebrew more, you know. But it says structure, by implication, a model, resemblance, figure, form, likeness, pattern, similitude. All right, so it's just a similitude of where we're really trying to go. All right. There's a little bit more to this article. It's the NIV, Hebrews 8:4. If he were on earth, he would not be priest, for there are already priests who offer the gifts prescribed by the law, right? Okay. All right. Yeah. So he's the high priest in the heavens, man. And you can't get no higher than that. They serve at a sanctuary that is a copy and shadow of what is in heaven. This is why Moses was warned when he was about to build the tabernacle. See to it that ye make everything according to the pattern shown you on the mount. All right, just to accent that point. Yeah, just to accent that point. It's Hebrews 9 and 19 in the NIV. When Moses had proclaimed every command, Slaki, proclaimed every command of the law to all the people, he took the blood of calves together with water, scarlet wool, and branches of hyssop, and sprinkled the scroll and all the people. He said, "This is the building of the covenant which Yahweh has commanded you to keep." In the same way, he sprinkled with the blood both the tabernacle. I got the whole thing. It should keep in that way. He sprinkled was sprinkled with the blood both the tabernacle and everything used in it. Ceremonies. In fact, the law requires that nearly everything be cleansed with blood, and without the shedding of blood there is no forgiveness. It was necessary then for the copies of the heavenly things to be purified with these sacrifices, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than those. Okay. And when you go into the matter of fact, let me get another scripture. Right. This is Psalm 78 and 58. For they provoked him to anger with their high places and moved him to jealousy with their graven images. Then Yahweh heard this. When Yahweh heard this, he was wroth and greatly abhorred Israel, so that he forsook the tabernacle of Shiloh, the tent which he placed among men, and delivered his strength into captivity and his glory into the enemy's hand. All right. Okay. All right. So that basically was just forsaken, man. The Lord wasn't dealing with that because our people was being wicked. Matter of fact, let me get another scripture. This is Isaiah 66 and 1. Thus saith Yahweh, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build me unto me? And where is the place of my rest? For all those things hath my hand made, and all those things have been, saith Yahweh. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificeth a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offereth an oblation as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations. I also, all right, yeah. So that's it, man. The Lord is he's not he's not accepting those sacrifices no more, man. Right, this is Isaiah 1 and 10. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ears unto the law of our power, ye people of Gomorrah. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? Saith Yahweh. I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he goats. So the Lord is letting you know, man, is over with, man. You know, that's over with. Used that grace. That's really what it was. Now we have Yahweh Shah as our sacrifice. Now Yahweh Shah is our grace. Okay. Okay. Until the true temple is established. All right. On earth as it is in heaven, right? When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring to me no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbath, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. All right. So the Lord's telling you he's not accepting that anymore. You have men down here on earth telling him you're going to accept that. The Lord's not going to accept that, man. All right. Your new moves and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much that point. So I'm going to go back to this where I was at, you know. Let me read again. It's Hebrews 9:19. When Moses had proclaimed every command of the law to all the people, proclaim every command of the law to all the people, he took the blood of the calves together with water, scarlet wool, and branches of hyssop, and sprinkled the scroll. And all the people, he said, this is the blood of the covenant, which Yahweh has commanded you to keep. In the same way, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and everything used in it. Ceremonies, in fact, the law requires that nearly everything be cleansed with blood, and without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness. It was necessary then for the copies of the heavenly things to be purified with these sacrifices. But the heavenly things themselves, right? Because nobody's bleeding. No, there's no animals being sacrificed in the heavens, man. In the spiritual world, right? Or in the spiritual heaven, right? But the heavenly, which was the third heaven, all right. But the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Hamashiach did not enter a sanctuary made with human hands, that was only a copy of the true one. All right. Okay. So Yahweh Shai, he's entered into the Holy of Holies, man. That's why when he gave up the spirit on the cross, it said the veil of the temple rent. Okay. Basically, the old was done away with, man. All right. He entered heaven itself now to appear for us in Yahweh's presence. Right. Nor did he enter heaven to offer himself again and again. No, it says he entered heaven itself now to appear for us in Yahweh's presence. Nor did he enter heaven to offer himself again and again, the way the high priest entered the most holy place every year with blood that is not his own. All right, so yeah, you know so yeah, man, you know. All right, Yahweh Shai, he went into the heavenly, because he is Melchizedek, you know, the high priest of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He was the first high priest. All right. And the order of Melchizedek, Salaki, the order of Melchizedek, Malak Tazadak, was before the Levitical priesthood. The Levitical priesthood. You know, scriptures talk about how Levi was in the loins of Abraham when he was paying tithes to Melchizedek, man. But let me read this little excerpt. Moses did not build a temple with walls and foundations of stone. The tabernacle built by Moses was a movable tent. What the Bible meant by a copy is the design, a positioning of the items inside the tabernacle. The tabernacle on earth cannot be equally the same like the one in heaven, but it reflected all the important aspects of the one in heaven. Right. Okay. Because what? Those sacrifices could not make us perfect. Okay. All right. The earthly sacrifices could not make us perfect, man. But the sacrifice Yahweh Shai did, he opened that up for us. All right. The design and positioning of the items are same, but the material and quality cannot be the same. While the earthly tabernacle was temporary, the heavenly tabernacle is eternal. While the high priest had to offer the blood every year, Yahushua offered his eternal blood only once, which is for eternity, forever. All right, so what these guys are teaching, man, is an antichrist doctrine. It's an antichrist doctrine. Okay, and these men are enemies of the cross, man. They're enemies of the sacrifice that Yahweh Shai made, man. And it's no marvel, man, because men have always, matter of fact, let me get another scripture. Right, this is 1 Samuel 2:29. Wherefore kick ye at my sacrifice and at my offering which I have commanded in my habitation, and honorest thy sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel, my people. Right? So just like men were even kicking at that sacrifice, man. And that was grace, That was our grace back then. That was our way to have grace back then, man. And men were kicking at that. And now they're kicking at the true sacrifice, man. All right. And now they're kicking at the true. Matter of fact, let me get another scripture. Right. This is Hebrews 10:28. He that is tried without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. All right. So you had guys that were kicking at that sacrifice, man, of how much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy, who have trodden under foot the Son of Yahweh, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and have done despite unto the Spirit of grace. All right. Yeah. So through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, all right, we don't have to go through those carnal washings and ordinances, that just the rigor of the old covenant. All right, which was not even able to make us perfect, man. Okay, but Yahweh Shai, his blood was able to make us perfect, man. Okay, and it only had to be shed once. All right, and through Yahweh Shai we have grace again. All right, but now you have men kicking at that sacrifice and calling the blood of the covenant unholy thing, man. Basically, they're saying Yahweh Shai's blood wasn't good enough, man. But really, it's the same mentality, that the wicked scribes and Pharisees had when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, and when they said that if people believe on him, the Romans would take away our name and our place. These men want to boast on being, and the fact is, Alizé, you don't even know if you really are a Levite, man. That's something that you believe by faith, and you could be fucking wrong, man. There's no proof, and you damn sure cannot prove that you are the line of Aaron. And even if you could do all that, which is impossible, all right, that whole thing is done away with. It's over with. There's no temple for you to sacrifice at. All right, that whole land is defiled. And Yahweh Shai said he's going to tear down that temple, but he was going to raise it up, man. All right, and he is that temple that was raised up, man. Okay, us being his body, being the body of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, All right. We are now the temple. Okay. All right. So yeah, man. And we're offering up spiritual sacrifices to a spiritual temple. All right. Which, these guys can't get. They just can't. All right. Because that same veil is still over their eyes, man. you know. But let me see if there's more of these excerpts I got. I know I had a couple of them. But yeah, that was about it. Yeah, that was about it. Lord, in the shadow of things to come. Right, let me read a little bit more down if I haven't read this already. What the hell, if I have read it already, it's worth going into again. But it says, yes, the tabernacle and its furnishing were a copy and shadow of heavenly. Let me read that again. Yes, the tabernacle and its furnishing were a copy and shadow of heavenly things. Hebrews 8 and 5. For the law, having a shadow of things to come, and not the very image of the things, can neither with those sacrifices which they offer year by year continually make the comers thereunto perfect. Hebrews 10 and 1. It's why they hate the book of Hebrews, man. But yeah, man, those sacrifices could not make one perfect. All right. And these men, they're antichrist, man. They want to outdo Yahweh Shai, so to speak. You know, it says everything in the law was a shadow of things to come. Right. Everything in the law was a shadow of things to come until we're ultimately perfected, man. Until we can't sin, including the tabernacle and its furnishing, holy days, Sabbaths, new moons, food, and drinks, as also shown in Colossians 2 and 16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink, or in the respect of holy day, of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Hamashiach, right? So all these things are a shadow of the perfection to come. They were a shadow reflecting the true light to come, which is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, you know. So yeah, man, these guys are trying to negate what what this whole thing is about, man. All right. The whole sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, these men are negating that. All right. Which shows that you have no part in the sacrifice in the first damn place. All right. Which means the Lord is planning on destroying you niggas, man. All right. So yeah, it's just something I wanted to go into. I hope I was precise in my doings, So I hope this lesson was edifying. With that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Shalom till next time.